Welcome home, everybody. Good to see you. Pound it. Bring it in. Great to see you guys. Good to see you. Y'all looking fantastic, as usual. Well, welcome again to another episode or another video. So today's going to be a little bit different. I want to talk about Armistice Day. Tomorrow is going to be Armistice Day or Poppy Day or Remembrance Day, depending on where you're from and, you know, uh, where you come from. I guess that's where you're from. Yeah. But anyway, that I just want to go ahead and we'll talk about that a little bit about the history and what is Armistice Day, what is Remembrance Day, and why in the world is it called also Poppy Day. Um, Honestly, this is something I think that everybody should know, but there's always those few people that don't. Public school systems sometimes. I I can say that because I came from. Okay, I was from the public. Granted, I was also raised in a good public one. So anyway, so Armistice Day. Armistice Day is the day where we celebrate the end of World War One and the bright. We believe in a bright future and that we hope that it never happens again. Now, unfortunately, we know history, so that it did happen again. However, it then turned into Armistice Day, remembering those who sacrificed for World War One, and then eventually even to remembrance of those who just sacrificed, just anyone who served. But specifically, it very has a huge history and connection to World War One because that's where it comes from. Armistice gets its name from the signing of the Armistice Pact, which is the treaty that stopped. At least that's what I understand. And if I just made a big blunder there, I'm going to get torn apart. But anyway, also known as Remembrance Day, as in remembering, those who sacrificed their lives during World War One, and one of the probably the worst conditions, some of the worst conditions known to man, and some of the times humanity's worst times. And so yeah, it was also called Poppy's Day because because of well, it was basically adopted after the poem of Flanders Fields. In Flanders Fields, the poppies grow between the crosses, row on row, that marketplace up in the sky, the lark still bravely singing fly, etc., etc., etc. But basically, it was a poem that was written about after a battle in World War One, and how poppies were everywhere because of where the dead bodies were, and so it connected. So where death in the grave of a fallen soldier was, poppies grew around, and so it had that connection, and so it kind of was adopted into Poppy Day, and so actually in a lot of countries it's kind of cool that you would see people wear a poppy pin, and it was kind of cool because they would do from the last Friday of October, I believe, all the way up till November today or tomorrow, and it would be a remembrance to those who sacrificed, to those who gave up their lives in, and it's a to me honestly, Armistice, any time, any holiday where you take time and celebrate those, or at least not celebrate but remember those that sacrificed everything, you should take time to. Memorial Day, Veterans Day, Armistice Day, or Remembrance Day, Poppy Seed, Poppy Day. Is Poppy Seed Day? No, Poppy Day. All those days are. And then there's other ones. I think there's even like there's the day there's because there's a day for everything now. There's World War II Day. There's World War One Day, I think, which is technically actually now just arms. I don't know about that one. But anyway, any day where it calls to remembrance those who sacrificed and gave the ultimate price, the ones that lives have changed because it's families, that lost a son, lost a brother, lost a daughter, lost a father, lost a mother. It it was people that lost lives that are forever changed. I really believe that it's something that we shouldn't take lightly, and that we should take time and remember that, whether how little or insignificant. I know that a lot of people, I mean, people make the saying, well, what good does it do? I mean, it's not like it's going to bring anything back. No, no, but it's good to still remember those who did, and yes, a lot of them were complete strangers, but I mean, it still affects you because you're living free, if you're here anyway, or if you're living in a free country. But it's just something that I think is extremely important, um, and it's something that should be remembered. A fun fact for you about so originally Armistice Day, it was basically like it was to the time to celebrate it was the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. So it was 11/11/11, and I just thought that was kind of cool. That it was 11/11/11, which to me 11 is one of my favorite numbers. Larry Fitzgerald's number also when he played for the Cardinals, but that's neither here nor there. But still awesome. Also, the Poppy, it got, again, to follow along with the Poppy thing, so not only did it get its recognition through the poem, but also because, well, where there were massive grave sites, poppies would grow abundantly. In fact, actually, there's not a fun story, but there is a very interesting story of there were archaeologists who were in basically going and they found these random poppies where poppies don't necessarily grow very often, a ton of them, and so they ended up investigating the site and they found massive. It was a definitely where the bodies were buried, and so that was just another uh, little tidbit for you. But yeah. So I really hope that you guys take time today and just remember those who gave the ultimate. And if you are serving right now and giving the ultimate prize, thank you, and we really deeply appreciate you. You guys honestly don't get as much recognition or as much support or anything that you guys really deserve, and especially those who have gone and actually seen and had to deal with some of the terrible things that happened. But I just want to say that we love you guys. Thank you, and also to guys, just please take time to remember. Just take time to remember, and don't take it for lightly. Don't take it for granted. So yeah, I know this wasn't more of a hearted one. I don't really like to be very as so hard. This is something serious, something that I'm very passionate about, and so it's not as yeah. So I take it a little bit more seriously, I guess is the best way I can say it. So, but with that, guys, again, I love you. He definitely loves you, and I'll see you in the next one.